As autumn settles in, the air grows crisp and the days grow shorter. The last golden leaves drift to the ground, and there's a sense of anticipation in the air. People start to wonder what the coming months will bring, and conversations turn to the weather. Will it be a mild winter, or are we in for something more dramatic? Across the country, meteorologists are already focused on the winter ahead, and this year, one name is on everyone's mind: La Niña. In weather centers and newsrooms, experts are poring over data, looking for clues about what's to come. The buzz is growing, and for good reason. La Niña, the cool counterpart to El Niño, is making a return, and that's big news for weather across the globe. This natural climate pattern can shift the balance of weather systems, influencing everything from rainfall in South America to snowstorms in North America and even droughts in Australia. The seeds of our winter are sown months in advance, far out in the Pacific Ocean, where changes in sea surface temperatures can ripple across continents. These subtle shifts in ocean currents and temperatures set off a chain reaction, altering wind patterns and storm tracks thousands of miles away. This year, forecasts from NOAA and the World Meteorological Organization point to a strong chance of La Niña shaping our winter. Scientists are closely monitoring the Pacific, using advanced models and decades of data to predict what might unfold. Their findings suggest that this La Niña could be particularly influential, with the potential to bring significant changes to our usual winter patterns. So, what does that mean for you? Depending on where you live, you could see a colder, snowier season, or a warmer, drier one. In some regions, La Niña brings heavy snow and frigid temperatures, while in others, it can mean milder weather and less precipitation. The impacts are far-reaching, affecting not just daily life, but also agriculture, travel, and even energy bills. La Niña acts like an atmospheric director, steering storms and cold air in new directions. The jet stream, that powerful river of air high above us, can dip or rise, changing the path of storms and influencing where cold snaps or heavy snow will hit. Sometimes these shifts can lead to unexpected weather events, catching even seasoned ski astir higher by In this video, we'll break down what La Niña is, how it forms, and why it matters for your winter. We'll explore the science behind this powerful phenomenon and help you understand how something happening thousands of miles away can have a direct impact on your neighborhood. We'll look at regional forecasts, what makes this La Niña unique, and what other factors could come into play. By comparing this year to previous La Niña winters, we'll see what patterns might repeat and what surprises could be in store. Whether you're digging out your snow boots or hoping for a mild season, we'll help you get ready for a winter that could be anything but ordinary. So, grab a warm drink, settle in, and let's explore what this La Niña winter could mean for you and your community. So, what is La Niña? It's a climate phenomenon that can shape weather patterns across the globe, but it all starts in the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean. Picture the Pacific as a gigantic bathtub, stretching thousands of miles from Asia to the Americas. Normally steady winds, called trade winds, blow from east to west, pushing the sun-warmed surface water toward Asia and allowing cooler, deeper water to well up along the coast of South America. But during La Niña, these trade winds become even stronger than usual. They shove even more warm water westward, piling it up near Indonesia and Australia, while the eastern and central Pacific become dominated by a vast, chilly pool of water. This extra cold water cools the air above it, suppressing cloud formation and rainfall in the central and eastern Pacific. Meanwhile, the warm water in the far west supercharges thunderstorms and heavy rains, especially near Southeast Asia and northern Australia. This sets up a powerful atmospheric loop with rising air and storms in the west and sinking dry air in the east. La Niña is actually one half of a larger climate pattern called the El Niño Southern Oscillation, or ENSO for short. While El Niño is the warm phase, La Niña is the cold phase, and each has its own unique impacts on global weather. But why does this matter for North America? The answer lies in the jet streams, those high-altitude, fast-moving rivers of air that help steer storms and shape our weather patterns. La Niña's influence on the Pacific shifts these jet streams, changing where storms travel and how much precipitation different regions receive. In a typical La Niña winter, the polar jet stream is pushed farther north and becomes more wavy, creating a sort of storm highway that delivers frequent storms, cold snaps, and heavy snow to the northern United States and Canada. This can mean more blizzards, icy conditions, and dramatic temperature swings for those regions. Meanwhile, the southern U.S. often finds itself under a stubborn ridge of high pressure. This acts like a shield, blocking most storms and keeping the region warmer and drier than usual. Droughts can become more likely, and rainfall is often scarce. This dramatic contrast between the stormy north and the dry, sunny south is what gives La Niña its signature weather personality. It's a pattern that can last for months, shaping everything from snowfall totals to wildfire risk. Storms track farther north, bringing rain and snow to places like the Pacific Northwest and the Great Lakes, while the southern states often miss out on much-needed moisture. That's why La Niña winters can feel so different depending on where you live, snowy and wild up north, but mild and dry down south. Understanding La Niña helps us prepare for the unique weather challenges it brings each year. La Niña acts like a powerful force, drawing an invisible weather line across North America, and setting the stage for dramatic contrasts from north to south. This climate phenomenon, triggered by cooler-than-average waters in the Pacific Ocean, has a ripple effect that stretches thousands of miles, shaping the winter experience for millions of people. In the north, think the misty forests of the Pacific Northwest, the rugged northern Rockies, the icy shores of the Great Lakes, and the snow-blanketed Northeast. La Niña brings colder, wetter, and snowier conditions. These regions often brace for relentless winter storms, with snow piling up and temperatures dropping well below average. The jet stream, a fast-moving river of air high above, dips farther south than usual. This shift allows frigid Arctic air to plunge deep into the continent, where it collides with moist Pacific air. The result? Frequent storms, heavy snowfall, and a winter that feels especially intense and unpredictable. For cities like Seattle, Minneapolis, or Buffalo, this means a classic winter. Think snow-covered streets, icy winds, and the kind of weather that defines the season. Residents here often prepare for long stretches of cold and the challenges that come with it. Meanwhile, the southern U.S., stretching from the sun-drenched valleys of California to the warm beaches of Florida, usually experiences the opposite. Here, a stubborn, high-pressure ridge dominates, leading to warmer, drier conditions that can feel more like spring than winter. This means more sunshine, less rainfall, and a growing risk of drought. Farmers and communities in these areas often worry about water shortages and the impact on crops as the land becomes parched and rivers run low. While this dramatic north-south split is the classic La Niña pattern, it's important to remember that no two La Niña events are exactly the same. Each year brings its own twists, with some winters more extreme than others. The strength of La Niña, along with other climate factors, can shift these boundaries north or south, making the divide more or less pronounced. But in most years, the contrast is clear and unmistakable. Ultimately, La Niña creates a season of haves and have-nots when it comes to winter weather, where some regions are buried in snow and others bask in the sun, all thanks to the powerful influence of the Pacific Ocean. In Canada, especially the West, La Niña means a return to true winter. Cold snaps and heavy snow. The jet stream funnels Arctic air into British Columbia, Alberta, and Saskatchewan, bringing frigid temperatures and frequent storms. Ski resorts thrive, but cities face tough travel and snow removal challenges. In Ontario and Quebec, the story is more mixed. Active storm tracks bring everything from snow to freezing rain, sometimes all in 1 week. The Great Lakes region could see above-average snowfall if cold air lines up with passing storms. For Canadians, La Niña signals a classic demanding winter, one that rewards preparation. Stay ready for a season that keeps you on your toes. While the north braces for snow, the southwest faces a different challenge. In Arizona and California, La Niña usually means a warmer, drier winter, thanks to a persistent high-pressure ridge. Arizona enjoys sunny, mild days, but drought risks grow as rain becomes scarce. California, especially the south, often misses out on vital winter storms, threatening water supplies and snowpack in the Sierra Nevada. The lack of precipitation can worsen drought and strain resources. So, while the weather may seem pleasant, the underlying reality is a growing need for water conservation. La Niña highlights just how vulnerable the Southwest is to shifts in global climate patterns. La Niña doesn't just shape winter, it also fuels a more active Atlantic hurricane season. Stronger trade winds reduce wind shear over the Atlantic, making it easier for hurricanes to form and intensify. That's why forecasters watch ENSO cycles closely when predicting hurricane activity. With La Niña developing now, the biggest impact may come in the 2026 hurricane season, but even late this year, the Atlantic could stay active. It's a reminder that a cool Pacific can mean a stormy Atlantic. Rocks to wine and mad steins, gender this is there. Wake del wine by bets per day. Dan whitey the dan, white stay, and gal was den dax's dead bird. As La Niña unfolds, we'll be watching both snowstorms and hurricanes. Here's the twist. This year's La Niña is expected to be weak. That means its influence is more like a whisper than a shout, and other weather patterns could easily override it. The classic north-south split may be less pronounced, and the storm track could wobble, bringing surprises to regions that usually expect consistency. Some weak La Niña years have brought big snow to the northeast, even when the overall trend was warmer. Forecast models disagree on the details, so expect more variability and surprises. This winter, flexibility is key. Be ready for back-and-forth swings in temperature and precipitation. A weak La Niña means the script could change at any time. La Niña isn't the only force at work this winter. The Arctic Oscillation, AO, and North Atlantic Oscillation, NAO, can amplify or counteract La Niña's effects, sometimes unleashing Arctic air or blocking storms. These patterns are unpredictable more than a few weeks out, adding wild cards to the forecast. Climate change is also shifting the baseline. Winters are warming, which can blunt cold spells and turn snow into rain. Regional ocean patterns, like the Pacific blob, can further tweak the storm track and temperatures. All these factors interact, making every winter unique. The forecast is a puzzle with many moving pieces. La Niña is just one, albeit a big one. Stay tuned as the season evolves. So, what should you do as we head into this unpredictable winter? Prepare now, check your heating, stock your emergency kit, and get your car winter ready if you're in the north. In the south, focus on water conservation and wildfire safety. Stay updated with local forecasts. Conditions can change fast in a La Niña winter. Follow trusted weather sources and pay attention to watches and warnings. Embrace flexibility. A winter of surprises can bring both challenges and unexpected joys. By understanding the forces at play, you'll be ready for whatever this season brings. Stay safe, stay warm, and stay informed.